after 5, yet before 7 on a Sunday, so you know where we at. Hustle Different Podcast in the building. As usual, it's your boy Dave Gray. Shantae ain't here, so I'm going to be everybody's favorite light-skinned homie this week since Shantae ain't here. Dave Gray, a.k.a. the QB, as they call me, sitting across from me every week as usual. Jay the Historian in the building. What's going down?
Jay Ali in the building, baby.
And Bino on the scene-o. What's happening, baby? What's happening? Hey, y'all, we got a great...
Actually, Frihole.
Frihole?
Frihole.
Bino. For Cinco de Mayo. Hey, y'all, we got a great guest in here today. Great friend of mine. I know I say that, but this here is like, I go all the way back to, we traded clothes when we was little. That's all I'm going to say. That's how far we go back. Me and this man traded clothes.
History.
Yeah.
Make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Keep us looking good. We did look good, though. I had to say that much. My guy, Mr. Talabdeen El Amin, is in the building, y'all. What's up? Let's give him a warm Hustle Different. Welcome,
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh, Bino, what you got to say?
It's Mark.
Right.
Mama name you Mark, damn it, it's
Oh,
Mark.
God damn.
If I hear Mark on the street, I know it goes way back.
Yeah,
I know you got to
I
know
know.
me.
But see, I try to be politically correct.
Shit.
I ain't trying to be like,
I
what he say?
appreciate the respect.
What he say? His mama named Cassius.
I'm gonna call him Cassius.
Right.
Yeah. I was just telling somebody that. His mama named him Mark. I'm gonna call him Mark. Talking about who you talking, Talib?
He went back to the death about that.
When I hear it, I don't take it as disrespect.
Right, because a lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't know.
And
So.
familiarizing ourselves with you, when I talk to you, it's like we kids again.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's how we talk,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I catch myself, be like, what?
Man, I can't
That's why it's
help
called you T. I just like, look, I'm going to figure out something.
Yeah.
So I
And
quit
it's
calling
just-
him Mark. I'm going to stop calling
Just
him Mark.
great history, man. We had a chance to see each other. I think it was last week.
Last
Frank
week?
was
Yes,
in
sir.
town.
Yes, sir.
Hang out over at Couple School. Antonio was there and whatnot. And it was just a beautiful thing, man. It just made you really appreciate, man, just what we had, in terms of our childhood. We didn't know that we even had problems back
Right.
then, because we actually had a childhood, so. And so I'm just thankful, man. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be here and just be with you guys.
Oh, no, man. It's our pleasure
Word up.
to have you here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just trying to get in early, man, because we talking before the show, man, about people like Gilly and Wallow and Mace and some of these other shows like that. So I'm just getting in early. I want to say I was here early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hustle Different, baby. That's it.
What I just say.
That's it. That's it.
You guys are hustling different,
Oh, yeah, and that's the whole thing, like yourself. I think you coming on the platform is going to... This is my whole goal. We was talking about this earlier. We was at a meeting, and I explained to people, like, this is to show regular people, regular boys and girls, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to success. There's levels to happiness.
Right.
Not everybody can be a CEO. We was having a conversation about that. Not everybody's meant to be a CEO.
Right.
Like you said, you need workers. You need, the CEO.
Right.
It all has to.
Not everybody wants that burden and pressure.
What I tell them too. That was my point. Nobody really.
Right.
I've seen people pass on promotions. I was telling him pass on promotions like. You can have the money and that spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know what come along with that.
Right.
But I'm just trying to show the youth,
bullshit.
like with you. You from the Wild West.
Yeah.
But people that meet you in the current, people
Oh,
that
yeah.
meet you within the past 10 years
Yeah.
have no idea
No,
about
they-
your past.
No.
Have no idea
Ju-
where you
ju-
come
just-
from.
just a
No
regular guy.
idea who your friends were.
Right.
Have no idea the people you rolled with and ran with you.
Right.
Have no idea he's cold with them feet.
And they Mr. Greatness.
Come on.
Shit.
And they
Come on.
Mr. Greatness.
Come on.
Hey,
Come on.
hey.
Boy,
Come
cold
on.
with them feet.
But see, our podcast is, man, they can Google and see what you do. We want to get the people to know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can Google you and find out where you work at and what you do.
Right.
But, we want the people to know behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Just simple things.
Yeah.
You're more apt to do business with people that you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I've never seen on a casket CEO or honorable such and such or such and such. So for me, it's all about when people say, who are you? Not what are you? Not former state representative, publisher of a newspaper, whatever it is, you know, the titles, you know.
There you go with the color stuff.
Because a lot of people are about titles, you know,
Right.
and it has its place and whatnot. But more importantly, I'm most proud of being a father.
Hear that?
And a grandfather. I'm proud of the place that I believe that I have in my family, you know. Excuse me, that's my call. You know, I'm new to this, so so I'm very, you know, proud of just being that guy, that regular guy. You know, I mean, you know, and all the dinners and all the places where you'll be, where people try to honor you or whatnot. You know, it's just like. But when I came to the schoolyard and I saw you guys, man, that was just,
Man,
it
that
was
brought
just
back
like, man,
memories.
you know, it was
Hey.
exciting for me, man.
Hey, that was
You know,
a classic reunion.
So
Classic
that's
reunion.
what I like about this platform. Like I say, man, it's about providing a platform to hear everyday common issues that we face, and then to see brothers doing it, man. Because the reality is, man, we're becoming extinct in terms of the positive brothers and the positive messages like we talk about. That you know, so that any chance that you get to be a part of a platform like this, man. So you know, yeah.
ITB, I used to look. You ain't even know. I used to see you riding your bike
Oh yeah.
with your family.
I could not. I
Down
had a Western Fly. Man. I got a
Kings
Western
Highway.
Auto. You know.
But you remember, you know the
Western
time.
Auto,
Uh-huh.
baby.
Used to, and I'll be like, "Hey, brother," because I knew who you was.
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Hey, brother, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Stop, talk to me for a second. You
Yes, sir.
Talk to me. I already knew it. I already knew. I
Yeah.
already knew what your record was. To see you out there with your family trailing you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh
You-
yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't know me from a can of paint.
Right.
But
Right.
you took the time out to say to have a conversation
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
gotta
inspired
plug
me
it up.
from there.
Man, you know what? And the thing is, I wish that more people would do that, because at the end of the day, man, we're people, you know. So the title never meant anything, you know. So I mean, and matter of fact, you know, when I try to tell people, just speaking about the politics, you know, I hope that people engage in politics differently, because if you pay taxes, right, and we all pay tax, well. We pay taxes. I try not to pay taxes as much as I can. Try to find those loopholes. But you pay taxes to provide the salaries for these elected officials. So in essence, that makes them your employees. So if we begin to look at people like that, it's just like they work for you, and you approach them like that, you know. So, you know, even being in office, I just wanted to kind of change how people view people even in office. We're just people who happen to get elected by your vote. You know, so and you know, so but I'm humbled by that. I really am. You know, so I know how important that is to show love to people and to show that, man, listen, I'm no different. I'm just as excited to meet people as they may have been excited to meet me, because they may have seen me on TV or in the paper or something like that. That didn't mean nothing. Moreover than I tell you, and I say it again, it was more important for me to connect with brothers that I came up with, man, and just still are here today. You know, so. So I'm humble. I'm just humble to be alive. I tell you the truth. You know, so.
Word up.
All right.
Yep.
Tell him, man, this is my man Cujo. Here's one
What's
of the
going on,
co-hosts.
brother?
How you
This
doing,
is
brother?
All right,
Mr.
pleasure.
Lamin.
Yes, sir.
Here,
Yes, sir.
Here, break. Just tell him. He say it
Cujo.
quicker than me. Give me your resume real quick. Let me
Yeah.
know.
You know, most people knew
come
me.
on.
People who didn't know me as a former state representative. I'm the publisher of the St. Louis Argus right now. But I think more importantly, and we see the Argus right there. This is last week's issue, which I have a column in there.
Look at that, man. We see it. Look at we see it.
I have a
And
monthly column in there, so
we were featured in there also.
yeah. So we gotta, like I said, we gotta be able to share these platforms, man, and really build, because we need these voices. But I know I just kind of skipped over. But more importantly, man, I'm just a guy. I'm just that brother. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather.
And a good friend.
And a good friend. And that's what I'm most proud of. Because at the end of the day, man, I tell people, what do I want people to say about me at my funeral? And it won't be any professional accolades. It'll be, if you just say, man,
The
he was a
person.
good dude.
Yeah, he's a good
That's
person.
it, man.
Yeah,
Put that on
that's
my,
good enough. I
believe
put
I
that
met
on
you.
my
Tombstone.
tombstone.
He
He was
was
a good
good
dude.
I believe
Save your money.
I believe I've met you before
Oh yeah.
through Brother Shaheed.
So, oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Brother Andy Shaheed.
I was a young man then.
Okay. Okay.
I'm an older man now.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes,
But,
sir. Good brother.
Even at that time, you put some things on us that,
Mm-hmm.
as young men, that helped us. You are very well known,
Oh man.
and
Praise
you
be to
and
God.
you more known on the corners than you would think you would be.
Praise be to God.
Just like when I saw who was coming, like I missed last week because I had other business to attend to. But when I saw who was coming this week, I'm like, man, I know this brother. I know this brother. I know this brother. You helped us with some things. You helped us. You helped Brother Shaheed guide us through some things that we was doing back in our time.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm more empowered. I mean, this is where I get my power from, man. I get my power. You know how, and Brother Shaheed would always say, "Steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron."
Yes, sir.
So that's why I draw my power and my strength from when I'm with brothers. I said it before you came, that we're becoming extinct. We're in a society and a time today where it's almost not cool to be men, to take manly positions, or masculine positions. We've been told we've taken a term like masculinity, and then we add toxic to it. So we've made the idea when you hear masculine, toxic. But that's an oxymoron because we operate in our masculine. We wouldn't have the problems that we have if we're actually operating in our masculine, within our masculine principle, you know. So this gives me strength to be on the platform and talking to brothers, and I listen, and I see Jay, and I tune in some of the questions he threw out there, and I'm like, he gonna raise some hell. Because just even asking the question, you can't even ask the question, you know. And
He said he gonna.
you can't even ask the question, you know. So this is where I draw my strength at, you know what I mean. So just regular people, man, and that's just what I am, man. So brothers who helped me, I was blessed to have uncles and a father and good role models, man. And I'm still learning. That's what the name talent means. It means student. So I'm always learning. You know what I'm saying? So if I learn something, that's why I say you never know who's watching you, man, because I'm always learning and watching and studying people, you know. So anything I can pass on, you know, what you guys are doing is motivating to me. You know, it's motivating for me. It's like, okay, you got your platform, build, and hopefully, you know, we can just share where we can share. And it don't take much, man. A like, a share. You know, so it don't take a whole lot, you know, and I have to remind myself of that, you know. So,
Good job.
yeah, just to stay on point with that, you know. So, what's going on, my friend?
What's happening?
Right on.
Well, see, look, we go all the way back. Like I said, me and this man, his whole family.
History.
Put it like this: at their house, their back door used to be open, and we could just walk in.
And you can still do that.
No, you see what I'm saying? No,
Right.
really, like literally
Walk
walk right in. And his mama would be like, they in there, or they ain't, the crazy part, she'd be like, they ain't even here. And I go right back in their room. They should be pulling up in me, or they'll be right back. And I go in the room and wait on them. They come back, it's 3-4 people in their house, and they not even there. But that's just the community we came from. Yep. We had a 3-4 block radius where you could go over anybody's house at 3 or 4 blocks, and I know you know that community too. That's how it was over there, and that's how we were. Yeah. And when you come from that type of community, it's different. These communities these days, everybody's so young and untrustworthy. Yeah. And it's hard to rebuild trust because how it's been banged and banged and banged into your head that you're not supposed to trust nobody. Right. So how can I trust somebody if I got 20 people in my ear saying don't trust nobody on this side, and then I got half of a person on this side saying, you need to trust people. So who I'm gonna ride with, not by who I am, it's by default. You always, if you walk into a room and there's water pouring out a wall at full speed and there's water dripping out on this wall, I'm not finna go in there with the water pouring out. I'm finna go in there with a drink. I got a little bit more time. I got to figure out something with the drink. But if the water's already pouring in, and that's the problem. That's the problem we have. Nobody want to trust nobody because what happens is it becomes a monetary, jealousy, feelings, emotions is number one.
What do you fellas feel has added to the singularity mindset that we live in this day?
You know what I'm gonna blame. So y'all can go right past me. I'm gonna blame technology. Y'all can go past me on that. I blame technology for everything. Yeah. It is at a certain fault. I'm right, but not for everything. But what I'm saying is that that's my personal opinion because I'm basing that off where I came from. So that's my opinion. Like we get an Amish person that ain't even never worried about technology. Technology wouldn't even be in his answer. That would get a totally different answer.
But you know what?
You know what I'm saying? Technology would not even be in his answer.
But to add on to that, it's technology, but it's the proliferation of the whole consensus nowadays. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Cujo, to answer your question, it's for the money.
Monetization.
Everything now is about
Monetization.
getting the bread. If you ain't got enough bread, if you ain't know this type of getting money, so that means that the money can put you over a threshold that you may have never ever been able to get over.
Right.
And me and David was talking about that earlier. We were successful with what we did. Hold up, Dave. With Dave, and I didn't have no money. I wasn't no D boy. I wasn't rich or nothing like that. I had my own properties.
Right.
And the girls like me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for that.
You see what I'm
that's
saying?
why.
But now it's about the bag.
There you go. Yeah.
And it's a lot of different kind of bags in life.
About
You can
that
get the
bread,
body
Fred.
bag.
Yeah.
You can get the body bag. Okay. Sometimes the bag will take you to the body bag.
Right.
But all they want to know is if you got the bag. So if you got the paper, the flash, the whatever,
Right.
they gonna automatically be attracted to you. I could be blinged out. I don't even really wear jewelry for real. I did it today for a special reason.
We was in the video.
You see what I'm saying? And it really wasn't because of that. But I don't really wear jewelry because I don't want people to be attracted to me
Right.
because
For
of the
that.
adornments.
Right.
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 Like
Well, the
me
ladies,
for
they
me.
don't love my money. They like my honey.
You see what I'm saying?
Say that again.
If you attract a woman, if she having a bad financial situation, and you even know that if you come through with some money and fix that situation, you just changed the whole mind.
Yeah, you did. You changed it. You changed it all right. And the next motherfucker come on and
fucking it up
change
for
her
them.
mind, goddamn it. You
That's
left
why
in
it
the
don't
dust.
work. That's why it don't work.
But you said it, man.
I'm done.
It's all about the bag, and we have to really recreate a narrative and redefine what is the bag. I mean, really, what is the bag? It ain't nothing wrong with the money. Ain't nothing wrong with material because we created as material beings and as spiritual beings. So get that. Put that inside the bag. Well, what is that material made of? So you got people that got this material, but they're void of love. They're void of any sense of morality or ethical standards.
Principles, morals.
So that's what the bag is made of.
Say
and
that.
then put the money in that. You know what I'm saying? But so that's just what it is, man. And I think some people are kind of catching on, especially women, because we age. You can get away with certain things, teenage years, 20. 30, but at some point, stuff start falling. I tell brothers that stuff start falling. Stuff start falling with women, and gravity. Stuff start falling with men
too.
So
Yes,
it's like,
sir.
well, who are you? Because let's be real, man. And I said this a long time ago to somebody. I said, man, it ain't gonna always get hard as it was. That's just the reality.
True.
So you're gonna want somebody to see you for you. Who are you?
Right.
So, but
Character traits.
yeah, what's your character? So. But,
Have you ever heard of Nuri Muhammad
I love him.
out of 74th
man,
Indiana?
I love him. That's why I say brothers, man. When you see brothers, man, they strong. I'm telling you, bro. When I'm in Indiana, I was telling my wife that when I get to Indianapolis, I'm gonna make sure I stop by and see.
I met that brother.
He's
man.
been
He
to St.
dope.
Louis, though,
He dope.
man.
Yeah.
But that's the motivation, man. When you see brothers standing on and in their manhood, man, it's a beautiful thing because we failed our women. So, when I look and see the state of our sisters right now, I got to look at us because we've been given dominion. We've been given, like you take a ship, we're the captain of the ship. So if that ship goes astray and hits the land, you gonna remember the captain. There was a ship in 1983 that went. I forgot where it was at, but I just remember his name was Captain Joseph Hazelwood. I don't know who else was helping run that ship. I just remember that
His
person.
name,
I just remember his name. So that's us. So when we see our homes that are failing to go on astray, who was given dominion? Who was given leadership? So I think when we as men take our rightful place, that I think that things in our community and our families will be set straight. But right now it's like we're under attack. The family's under attack. So who you get? You get that woman. You get that woman. You want that child. You get that woman. So it's just it's so deep because you wouldn't think that even the government will run a game that is run. Like even you go back to the 60s and the different social programs and whatnot, were intended to help us. But what it did in essence, it took the man out. Yeah, it took the man out the house. You couldn't get the assistance for that woman if that man was in the house.
Yep.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like when that happened, i.e. welfare, public assistance, do you think that's where, as men, we lost principles, morals, and values?
I think so. I think because, and we all need help at times.
Played a part.
It
played a part.
I mean, because and the reason I asked that
when they told us you can't discipline your kids.
But that was after.
That
was after.
That's the big part.
I mean, true indeed, but at the same time, when you eliminate, see, men from those times, that's what our parents were, right? And all of us that had a dad or a man of substance in our lives, we learned principles, morals, and values, right? But I feel like when the man was eliminated from the home, then he's being built on emotions of the mother. A mother's principles, morals, and values are totally different than a man's are. So when you eliminate the man from the home, you take away the teaching of principles, morals, and values, then you allow other things to come into the home through the child to dictate what that household is run by, i.e. my son sell dope, he helped me take care of the bill, so I'm all right with that.
But see, the woman played a part in that too, though. The woman played a big part, because if she gonna accept the assistance and want to put a man out, that's her. She played a big part in that. That's a part of her fault. You know what I'm saying? Because she should have. Hey, I'm not putting my man out for no assistance. The man was there to take.
The man up.
You know what I'm saying?
Elevated him.
But look what happened though. Watch this. Look what happened. Exactly. What TB was alluding to. Whenever you call something a project, that means that you don't know what the outcome is gonna be.
It's a practice.
That just means it's a.
But you saying
your experience.
But you saying you wouldn't know what the outcome is, but the people that was putting it together knew the outcome and
all
knew
the
what they wanted to happen.
buildings, the Cabrini Green, the Rockwell buildings, the
Peabody's, the Blue Mines,
the Harold Ickes, the Blue
Blue
Mines,
Mines,
the Doris Webby.
Yeah.
Those are all projects
Projects,
that happen across certain cities.
Right,
So
right.
it's a project to see if we can put Pruitt and Igo. First, that was white people and black people, right? After the war, to see how the white people moved out and they formed the first two city trees, Blackjack. And they had a restrictive covenants that couldn't nobody that was African American or mixed race move out there. Right? Keep it segregated. Man, when you do a project, you experimenting with human lives. And if you stack up a bunch of people that are impoverished, what do you get? But go ahead, T.
I'm telling you, man.
You know more than
No, I don't, brother. I'm taking mental notes. But when you look, and the minister says, he says, we're the only people who don't realize and understand while we're playing games out here, right? That we're at war. We're the only people who refuse to believe, even though history has attested to it, that we're at war. There's always been a war, and we don't see it. Whether it's from our TV programming, there was a point where you saw there was a certain type of programming in the 80s, right? Where you saw people in college, HBCUs, you had the Cosmos, you had the good times, you saw that man in the house and things like that. So all these things that were subtle, if you're not really conscious of paying attention, man, and they take these things away. So now you don't see that man.
And that was the reason
And
why.
now you got a system. You got a system that's child support system.
That's what David
That's
said.
That's i.e. like shows like The Parkers. You see
Single mother
you see
home.
the single mother in the home. They're making it see because
They're making it
people believe what you
227.
see on TV is okay.
But see,
That's what
Florida
people believe.
got left. The father left the show because they would not elevate.
Show him an
Right.
elevation.
They wouldn't let him elevate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why he left. That's why
she
he
was
actually
steady
left.
pulling him down. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. And I didn't know that point.
Yeah.
That even before they didn't even want to cast James as the father.
No more.
They didn't want to cast.
Due to that.
She
To
fought
get him
for
as
that.
the father, yeah.
So that's the type of sister that we need also who understand, man. They running the game. They want these homes. They want our women. So I got to get that man out the house.
But see, everything that they doing, it's starting to backfire on them and happen to their people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
So
they
now,
want to be like us more than anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, look. And
What's
the
original can
main
never
thing-
be.
But see, listen.
duplicated.
You
Thank
show
you.
me one black person that own a tanning salon. You know anybody black owned a salon?
And they
Which
can
we
make the
should.
most money
Do
on
you?
it.
Nope.
That's one product you guaranteed you ain't got to use. That's one guarantee you can make all the money on as a black man. Tanning salon, what is that for? Now, let's find out how many places bleach skin in comparison to how many tanning salons there are.
Depending on the country.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? If you see what I'm saying? You don't find, people say you act white. And that's because you talk with intelligence.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That's always been crazy to me.
And
Oh,
we
you
walk
think
around
you
like it's a
white.
compliment.
You think
That's
you
not a
white.
compliment. That is not a compliment.
Or you might be a critical thinker.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But they'll say, you think you white. Or you talking like the white
different?
people.
Are you
What
different?
are you talking about? Just because you ain't never heard these
black
words.
Man, we talked about
Intelligent.
that the whole while.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And then,
Some words
I
you
was
wanna
just-
use.
perfect example. Oh, no, this is weird. Now, I'm going to tell you a true story that just happened within the last 36 hours. Just to show you how crazy it is out here with the youth. Me and my wife was at the crib. I made some food, probably about 8 o'clock at night, late dinner, cook food, take her a plate, I give me a plate. Made some fire-ass chicken and shit and some rice. I'm like, damn, that's right. So I go back
Can't
for
lose.
seconds. So look, I go back for seconds. As I'm getting up, I heard, bow, bow. But it was so loud, it literally sounded like it was in my gangway. To where my wife was like, do I need to call the police? It was that loud, but my neighborhood quiet, so it echoed. It was literally one block over, but right behind your house, but on the next street, house on the street. So I heard the 2 shots. It's pouring down rain, and this was the other night when it was pouring down. So all of a sudden, I'm going back to the kitchen, and I heard this. And I got French doors in the back, where the dining table where I got French doors. I heard somebody. So I think I'm tripping. I'm like, damn. So I keep walking. I heard it again, and then I heard, sir, can you please open the door? I've been shot.
What?
No bullshit. This just happened the other day. I got the footage on my phone. So I say, look. I said, who is that? I'm thinking somebody playing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She like, sir. Her voice. She like, sir, can you please? Now I can see a phone in her hand, like this through the shade.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So I said, she was like, I'm shot. Can you please help me? I said, well, I can't open this door because I'm like, if you shot, I got white carpet in my dining room. So I'm like, you shot, you ain't coming in this way. You know, so I said, come around to the side. She was like, I can't. So now I'm thinking, okay, she shot. Maybe she shot in the leg. She
Right.
can't move. I come around and go in my backyard. It's pouring. I put a coat on. I go back there. She's standing up in the corner of my French doors like this. She terrified. Even when I came around there, she was apprehensive of even coming with me. I was like, here, come on. I got you. Come on. So I walk around side of my house, like blood all through my kitchen, all through my dining room, pull the chair out. She was like, yeah. She had her shirt. Now, this gotta show you. She was a G about it because she was on some Rambo shit. She had already took her shirt off and had her shirt
Tourniquet.
tied around her
Yeah,
tourniquet.
she's
She had
trying to-
to,
yeah.
and she was just, hey, like she done been through this, bro. No lie. So she's sitting there and she like, yeah, I got shot in my shoulder. But and she did. She got shot in the shoulder, but it came out her neck. So she's sitting in my living room. It's just blood just pouring. So my wife got a towel on her. She got a shirt right here sitting in the living room. So my wife like, what happened? She was like, well, I ain't gonna lie. My ex-boy, this is what she said. She said, my ex-boyfriend shot me. So the first thing she said when she walked in the house. She said, I went over there and then my wife was like, well, what did you do to make him shoot you? She was like, well, I ain't gonna lie. I did bust out his car window. I'm like, but that was no reason for him to shoot you.
Yeah, right.
I'm
right.
thinking it gotta be something more to it
Yeah.
than that for somebody to shoot at you.
Right.
Then I think again, if this a young dude and he really like his car, he might
Yeah,
block
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Not thinking he was gonna hit her,
Yeah.
but just shot. You know what I mean?
In her
But
direction.
yeah, it shot because this is what we heard. Bow bow. Then we heard somebody say, "You supposed to love me." That was the last thing we heard. Then next thing you know, she in my backyard. Now she's sitting in my living room. She on the phone with her sister. My wife talking to her sister, giving her the address. But I'm just saying, my whole point is, police end up coming, getting a little girl. She's okay, but it's to the point where they shooting girls now. It's like,
Now,
back in
some
our
of
day,
these- hey.
it
There's
was
no
wild
code.
if you heard your girl got
Yeah.
slapped.
Hey, but
There's no code.
Now
red
it's
shade,
shooting.
but
That's
it's
my
not
whole point of it,
good.
though.
But some of
Principles,
these girls is worse
morals,
than the brothers.
and values.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I had my times, right? But those two things we never touched. Is women and children.
Yeah, women
Yeah.
and children.
And,
That's what we from, though.
and with that being said, like I've
With
had
that
a
being
very
said.
That was the title of the last
I've had a
show.
very extensive past 2 weeks, right? And I want to just this kind of coincide, right? We went to Detroit to have a podcast with a war enemy. My daddy always taught me, whenever you can sit at a table with your enemy, you graduated in many more ways than the average man.
Yeah.
And it's also one of the 48 laws of power. And to sit in front of a person that has attempted to do you harm is very humbling.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I was on Supreme Cujo status prior to. We all were. But to initiate the action of having the conversation,
Yeah.
right? It only took me to a place to have an understanding of, with the person I am and the people that I'm with, for us to do this, we could change this,
Yeah. Yeah.
if that makes sense. And just like you said, when I got here late, and I apologize to everybody, those are the things that's gonna change this. And because we do have this platform, and because we do have extremely strong men that have taught me in life, I got the best assistance I need to go through with this plan I got in my head to fix what our city is going through, and to evoke principles, morals, and values. It's to those who were never taught. And we always have the guests that I feel like will always assist in these processes.
Here's the thing, man. It's we're always looking for change to come from somewhere else. We're always looking for it to come from some big place. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at any movement, we can look at Dr. King, and you can go back to Jesus' time. You can go back to Islam, Prophet Muhammad, praise and peace be upon him. And it was always a small group of people. Nobody ever comes where you have this idea and it's a bunch of people. It don't, it always starts from a few people,
Mustard seed.
Yeah, it just very, very small, so, and a lot of times we don't want to do the work, because here's the reality. My grandchildren are going to probably benefit from my work more than myself.
Yep.
But we want to be able to plant the seed and eat from the fruit at the same time. And that's where the sacrifice will come from, So, but we as men, that's like I said, with this platform, this where it starts. It starts with just common people, right?
Yes, sir.
Doing common things to address the extraordinary problems that we have. And when we are operating, I'm talking about men, and more specifically, black men, once we step up and redefine our position in our homes, in our communities, man, that's when things change. You mentioned Brother Shaheed, brothers like that who just out there, who ain't got a problem talking with a brother like yourself or myself, a brother who incarcerated and whatnot, So, so we just got to play big. We got to play bigger. We got to play bigger because it's not about us. We've lived a good portion of our lives, If we're blessed, maybe you give me another 10, 15, 20 years, I'm okay, you know what I'm saying? So it's about my grandkids. It's about your sons. It's about your kids, So, but, and we all got a role to play, man. We all got a role to play.
I mean, like I'm 46.
Right? You look good too, man.
I appreciate it. You look good too.
Yes.
AKA built good.
I mean, but at this age, man, it's like sad for me. I got little cousins. I got kids too. You know what I mean? And I got things that I deal with on my own. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I've gotten to a place in my life with the help of Dave and Beans to where I really know it ain't about me no more. You know what I mean? And I never really was a me person. I've always been a team player. I've always been what you call the zero person, where I'm gonna add on to what you got going.
Right.
And I feel like at this point I'm ready to become a number 9.
Yeah.
Change number. If that makes sense.
Right. Yes, sir.
And I wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for Dave. Like I've been doing podcasting for a long time, but it was a different format.
Right.
But I've learned so much from this, and I've learned so much from the people that we interview. Just walking in here today, and you being right here.
I told you though, your impact is incredible.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Like I can remember I can almost remember the day I met you.
Really?
Yes, sir. We was doing the Brother Shaheed motion, walking through neighborhoods, talking to people, and I was always a quiet guy. Still am. I'm reserved,
Right.
but I'm very out front too, though. At the same time, but it's the action that Brother Shaheed put out. Now, whatever people may think of him, it's what they think of him. But at the end of the day, I've never seen a person with as many true intentions in my life.
Oh, yeah. And that's what we're blessed for our intention. We don't have to get it right. You know, you don't have to get it right.
As long as you try.
As long as you try and your intention is right, I believe that we're blessed with that, you know. And Brother Shaheed had a saying, and there's people who like we have different styles. You know Brother Shaheed's style.
Yeah, yes I do.
But he would have this thing about if you see me doing something, don't complain about what I'm doing. You do something else. Compete with me like a race and all is good. That's what it says in our faith system in the Quran. It talks about be in a race with all that is good. So if you're doing something good, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do better, then we're all winning. The community is winning. But I'm competing in a spirit of progress and goodness, you know. So when I see somebody like that, it's all right, well, we all got the ability and the capacity to do something. You know, we're looking for the long ball. Brother told me, he said, just get 1 yard. And every time I say it was on Mother Day, he said, just 1 yard. You may run 99 yards, you still don't get the score. I may be the one just running 1 yard. We just got to advance the ball. As men, we just have to advance the ball, even if it's just 1 yard.
How do we do that today?
Actually, you know what, Talib, just branching off, just branching from what you were saying, man. A lot of times, people shoot for the stars, and what you were just talking about the politics that control your community and your neighborhood, and the things that are happening to you. A lot of people think that they gotta go all the way to the top with it. It starts outside your front door.
Yeah.
So anything that I've ever done in community activity, always been starting from the front line. Just basic.
Right.
Just basic. Just getting people to understand that it's important to vote. You don't if you're tired of your brother Lil James and Lil Tony and Mike going to prison and things happening to them, start voting for your judges. These are all the elected officials. Learn who your alderman is.
I wouldn't say vote for your judges. I would say address Mike, Lil Tone, and whoever else. Because what I know is this. My name good in the street.
We're not talking about the streets.
No, I'm not saying. We talking about people.
We're not talking about the streets. Wait. You taking it to a different direction. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, well, let me clarify then.
Listen, knowing who your alder person is and having a conversation with them to change things that happen in your neighborhood, that trickulates up.
Remember when we had Shantae on before she became a co-host? Remember we had that whole conversation. And then who was here? That was Ted. Remember Ted? We need to kidnap all the men.
Right. That's not the process.
Tell them what this show gonna be. You
niggas. That's the name of the show.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you in no way, form, or format. But what I'm saying is this:
go to the root.
Go to the root of the problem. Listen,
how you
man.
gonna tell somebody else kids what to do though?
Well,
how can somebody that's sitting in a seat?
The root cause, but Cujo, you
know
can't do
what,
that.
though?
You
No.
can't do that,
Some
Cujo.
kids
Let me finish what I'm saying.
I'm gonna let him smoke.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
I'm gonna let
Though.
him smoke
What I'm
himself.
saying is this, man. In this world we live in, people are afraid of the monsters. And you have to address the monsters to address the horror. And if you ain't addressing the monsters, the horror gonna consistently grow.
But identify who is the monster, Kudo?
The people that cause
Mike, and JoJo.
Thank you.
Okay,
So this is what I'm saying.
How can you address Mike, and JoJo when they've been socialized in a family? I've been look, listen, man, listen, hold up. I've been in these spaces. Okay,
I am those spaces.
Listen, I've been a community organizer.
That's
I worked
the
for
difference.
Better Family Life. I worked on these different organizations.
And they don't do shit.
Listen, I worked on the
They don't do
Barack
shit
Obama.
on the block,
listen,
bro.
Man, listen, you're not talking. You're not understanding me. If I interacted directly with
With
constituents,
Mike and JoJo.
listen, with constituents. See, I was assigned to the. Okay, so before y'all even know about the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, before y'all even know about the network, okay, it was introduced to me in 2004. All right. This is the healthcare plan that we're dealing with now. Why it's a problem, and it was just politics. I worked for Maida Coleman when she was going against Francis Slade. She had a $30,000 budget. He had a $33 million budget. But her vested interest was in the community. I was assigned to the Wells Goodfellow area, which was my neighborhood. I knocked on 60,000 doors. 60,000. And the constituents didn't even know who their local aldermen were.
They don't care.
Hold on.
They don't care.
They had They had a yard signing up for slave. And when I'm going and talking to these constituents about what's about to happen, where we are now, they didn't know. You know what they told me? They said these people told me to put this yard sign in my yard, and if I didn't, they would condemn my house. These are the dirty games. And he
I
already know.
understand. Listen, I understand.
Talib already know.
I think
Let's stop.
what you all are saying, they really work together. Because what I'm hearing you saying is that we really need to become more educated on the process. And then I'm hearing what you're saying in terms of and what I feel also is that we got to reach the brothers in the streets because they're disconnected because the elected officials are really disconnected. They get your vote and they disconnect, and we don't know the process. So we need people who understand the process. That's why y'all platform is important, because now you have a platform to begin to talk about this process, to go get you all. I go back to the minister. He says this, and I never question. And I'm speaking of Minister Farrakhan.
Well, I know.
And he says
All
that
praise
this
due.
generation is the best generation ever of all of young men. And I didn't get it, because all I said to myself, man, these niggas out here doing crazy stuff.
Right,
And he said they the best. But what he was speaking to was the potential and the power, almost the nuclear power that these young brothers have. And if you give them direction and you engage them, but the elected officials won't engage. You're telling me that you saw me, because I never saw myself here. I'm just here.
Just regular.
So I can't, they ain't even trying to reach. So the part I want people to understand is that, man, those brothers got the power. Once we wake up and realize we got the power, they're going to do. Because they look at you as a numbers. It's all numbers. When they strategize and it's like, how many numbers come from here? How many? You run from office. If you understood your power in the neighborhoods y'all from, they got to talk to you. They got to talk to you.
That's true. Talking about Cujo, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Cujo,
So,
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel
we
you.
got to engage the process.
I feel you too.
But
So they work together.
it's a lot of shit that's
That's deep.
distracting. Social
They
media.
want.
See, social media is distracting everything. So why they putting all these rap beefs on?
Look how
on
he
social-
wrapped it up. See,
why
that's
they-
why I love this guy. That's why I'm so excited about him coming, because he
Why they
rapped
putting all this rap beef and Puff Daddy shit?
It's shit going on.
We looking at this, but they back doing something that we not even paying attention to.
And I'm guilty of it because I came in. I was about to ask Dave, man, who you with, man? Drake or K-Dot? That was wrong, man, because Dave was light skinned. I was wrong.
No.
Hey, but no, though.
I'm just here, man. We got to get back on track. I got distracted too, man. I'm sorry.
No, we have fun. Hey,
Yeah,
TV,
but
we
all
have
great
Puff
fun.
was playing a big part in this shit,
Yeah.
yo.
It do.
And then now they got Well,
That's a
they
great
but they
segue of what I'm
put
finna
but
say.
they putting this on there talking about Kendrick Lamar won't say that the young YB trying to stir up some more shit.
No,
You
this
know what I'm saying?
y'all. This is all the plan. This is all the game.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, listen, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I was old when I found out the real game of media. And I'm gonna tell y'all when I found it out. And I've said this on a previous podcast. When Pokemon Go came out, that was the main one.
When
Because
everybody
what
running
happened
around.
was, you had to go find all these Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Kids were doing that. Kids can't go to all these places by themselves. So what did that do? That
Bring
took
the
the
parent.
parent away from media to see what was going on.
Right.
They out there with the kids searching for these Pokemon for hours.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know they passing all these rules and laws and taking all this money from public schools and closing down this and that. They find out tomorrow when it's too late. You've been out there playing Pokemon with your son all week.
That's facts.
Right.
Your vote. Those
right.
those 3,000, 4,000 people that was out in the street running around, them 3,000, 4,000 votes could have won.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
serious.
But they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
This Puff Daddy, all this shit, man.
It's about
Because now
to
look, I'm
sound.
finna tell you what happened. I'm gonna give you all the game. They realized they can't get Puff. So now it's finna go back. Let's smooth it back out with this rap battle and let everybody forget. And we gonna let Puff because we don't got him.
Right.
And we gonna try him again. If y'all look up R. Kelly has been arrested more than one time. This is the time that they
They
got him.
had
They
him.
can't get Puff because they ain't getting them tapes. They
No,
can't get
exactly.
them tapes,
Listen.
so he goddamn he leverage.
That's the problem. Now the K dot and all that shit, man. But you know them motherfuckers on the three-way every night laughing at all of us.
Picking up a check.
Because you have to understand the people above them are looking at the risk factor in this.
It's minimal.
If one of these guys shut down this guy's career, that's a trickle effect.
It's called
People gonna get
a
hurt from
pyramid.
that?
It's called a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, but do you know how many people gonna get if you knock the head off the snake? What happened?
Right.
Man, they gotta worry
You see what
about
I'm
these
saying?
Palestinians and all this
But
shit
no,
going
listen. You
on.
see how the war done took a back burner to the battle.
And that's the whole
You see
thing,
how
bro.
all the money that the government giving billions of
They rob
dollars
you.
because they don't want nobody to complain about that.
But the biggest
They
part,
showing all this shit about the people getting arrested at all these
the biggest part,
rallies and all that
is
stuff.
they
That's to
keeping
throw off
the
big
originals.
picture.
They keeping the originals lost.
Yes.
They keeping the originals
Yes,
lost.
and that's what they're
Because
doing.
once
It's
the
all a
originals
plan.
decide to stop being lost, it's a wrap.
Listen,
What does it go back to, man? And I'm bringing it back to
We gotta go
Yeah.
back to
Power
basics.
to
Really back in.
Come on,
yeah,
come
make sure
on.
they
the power
heard
of
it.
the
That's all.
platforms, man. Because when you look at, we were talking about the media, we're talking about Bill Cosby, we were talking about these people who were in position, we were talking about these people who brought a certain level of program, of a positive program, where we saw positive models,
They had to
you
get
know,
rid of it.
and who comes under attack? Those people who had those platforms. You know, only thing I would, so this is the power of what you guys got, man, I'm telling you. And if people would just realize, these rappers would realize, and anybody who has a platform or mic, I go back to what the minister says again. He says that the power of one rapper, one lyric, one verse is more powerful than any elected official.
yep.
Any book. You know what I'm saying? You can get your favorite rapper to drop a line on something, and he's singing it. He's singing it, and he's internalizing it, you know. So, but like I said, the power of the platforms and understanding the game that people are running and being able to have the foresight and the wisdom to change the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear a lot of the rap beefs and battles going on, that's about economics. People making money.
Yeah,
that's what they
that's
got to
money.
do.
That is
You know,
money.
it's just
That's
like with
money.
you
That's
don't
money.
make
That's
money during peacetime. The country needs war. It needs that war economy. You know, rap needs beefs and battles.
Do you know how many
But they,
presidents,
but
do you know
you
how
see
many
what
presidents kept
what-
office because they started a war?
We need
before
rap beefs and battles,
Need a
but
war.
we need people that's not gonna cross the line to where they hurting each other.
But it's
Right.
so strong though,
Yeah.
Tone. It's so you speaking constantly, and that's right what you saying, Tone. But all they gotta say is, look, I'ma slide on somebody. Vaughn said, "Forget 63rd," and they went against the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
right across the street, literally.
Yeah.
Say one more
Alpha
thing.
Kingdom. You don't like me talking about Chicago Chirac, man. You don't like me talking about the
No,
rap.
my, But
That's all it
It
takes.
all reverts back to who raised you. I don't care what you say.
Principles,
Who
morals,
raised
and
you?
values.
I know guys that have been raised by their grandmama. Grandpa didn't fuck with them. Grandma did all the raising. Grandma beat that ass. Grandma instilled that shit in them. But
Frankie.
grandma came from right. But grandma
Frankie heard that
came
too.
from that rough life.
Yeah.
The next stage of grandma, it got lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. So now grandma
shit,
is like,
grandma
now grandma
25
supposed
years
to, the
old.
kid's supposed to take care of grandma.
There you go.
And they not doing it.
Right. But me going over grandma's house, I
Grandma
left with
still
bags
turning
of
up.
food.
Right.
She trying to give you stuff and all that stuff. Grandma these days expecting what you brought me.
Yeah.
Grandma,
What?
they,
that ain't
grandma,
doing
That's
that.
they said the best.
Grandma
Oh, come on,
25
Frank.
years
Grandma,
old.
yeah, so she's still learning.
Yeah.
She
Right,
can't teach 'cause she.
shit.
she
She
still
don't even know how to
turning
fix
up.
her head.
Grandma 25.
Her boyfriend smoking blunts
Yeah.
with the
Shit, with the
people.
kids.
Come on, man, Davey, to leave.
But to go
Come on, man.
to go back to the question I asked, how did we get there? Just from your point of view, sir.
One, you got to understand that we have the power. And that sounds cliche. You know, you got to understand that you have the power, especially in the time of social media, right? We all have platforms on a smaller level. We have social media, right? You put stuff out there, just simple questions, right?
They be getting
to
mad,
get the
don't they?
conversation
Going.
You have a platform right here, so and you guys can control the narrative of what you talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it starts there. It starts in our circles and it goes out. It goes out. I'm telling you, if we operate in the way that we should operate, that woman is going to follow. That child is going to follow. You know, so it's just understanding whatever our circle is. Let's start impacting that. We want to be able to change the world, and that's a great thing. But I may just be able to change those 6 children I have, right? And if I can work to create a good product in that, you know, so it starts in our homes, and it starts in who can we touch, who can we impact, who can we help that's closest to us, and then that effect goes out. But from a political sense, understanding that you got the power, stop. And voting is important, but we got to be intentional in what we're voting for. We can't just keep, you know, like I said, when you talk about Republicans and Democrats, man, it's like Bloods and Crips, man. It's just,
Right.
and then we're told as black folk that we gotta vote this way.
Yeah.
I want to know what
No,
not
see
just to
who's
vote,
doing the
but-
right thing.
Yeah,
Who's doing the right
man?
thing?
In my column, and it's called Ramblings of an Issuecrat, and I
Say that again.
Ramblings of an Issuecrat. This is here, St. Louis Arts right there.
That's
And I wanted to be able to change the narrative because language is very important. Like you were talking about project, mentally, project. It's an experiment. We're in the projects, right?
in the project.
So instead of saying Democrat or Republican, I say I'm an issuecrat because now I want the people to think about the issue. So when some comes your way, don't tell me to vote for you because you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. What are you going to do for this particular issue?
Right.
Like right now, if we put the president right here, right, at this table, do we really know what we want to ask for him, right? I've been at tables where people complain, and we'll get people in positions of power and authority at the table, and they'll freeze up. They won't even know what it is exactly they want. So we got to understand what is it that we need. And once we understand what we need, then now we can demand something.
Yeah,
'Cause you
but
got
once-
the power.
Once you demand it,
You control the hood.
But you tell them what you want. They'll promise you that to the day they die, and once they get the power, they do the whole 360.
But you know what you do, Tony?
It won't
When
do
they
nothing.
don't
What
when
they
they don't
promise.
do that, you punish them.
How do you punish the
You
politicians?
punish them by not
Politicians.
voting for them anymore.
But they already in office.
No.
But you
They
already
got a
dealing
term.
with 4 years of bullshit.
No,
Right.
they got a term.
That's what I'm saying. 4 years, 2 years.
Until you tell them they got a term.
They got a term, and then you turn up the pressure. And you see how people like Brush, how you turn up the pressure on people and whatnot.
Very much so.
But you
I've been
turn-
with 'em.
You turn up the pressure. Matter of fact, there were people who could not come into the neighborhood. So you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and you coming on the block, and we got all these people who come from the hood. Don't nobody who run Warwick, who run Aldine. No, you can't come on Aldine or Warwick or Coke Brilliant because you said you was gonna do this. No,
Yeah,
They
we
ain't
own
doing
you. Yeah, we
They
own
own
you. We own you.
so who they got to come and talk to?
Us.
They got to come talk to you. So, but if you're not moving like that, because everybody else moves like
We
that.
got to get to moving like that.
Everybody got to. Yeah.
What I TB, what I always talk about, grassroots.
Yeah.
Control your aldermen, control your alder people, and filter it up. A lot of people don't even know who Eric Schmidt is. I wrote a letter to him. I said, man, keep the Eric Schmidt.
No,
He's
I
a senator that's on the Senate. I said, man, keep this affordable Wi-Fi networking thing going. And he wrote me back. He said, I'm working on it. He literally sent me an email back.
This.
But no, hold up. People don't want to do. They want to talk and talk crazy. They don't want to do the paperwork.
Black and white, baby.
Follow the process and the rule of law, because these people are held by standards. They work for us. You have to understand what your city charter is, what they can do, what they can't do. You can go down there anytime and request a meeting with the mayor. She can't deny it. If she keeps denying it, then she's in violation. And guess what? The next time, punish her by getting a block of people, just like what we got now. When I have a problem with certain things now, I say, you know what? I'll punish you by, don't worry about it. My followers, and I'll have them do it, and it'll trickle, and then now they're against you, and now it's not just me, not just one person,
Power
but you
platform.
follow the process. It ain't even about writing letters so much no more. Now, and you do everything, Tone. You notarize things. If you have a complaint, if you want police officers to stop treating you a certain kind of way, complain about it. And then really initiate that complaint.
And then what are you prepared to do once you make that complaint? And then nobody's going to give us. And see, we got a savior mentality. We believe that
There you go,
that
TB.
people are going to come and save us. We trust that people are going to do the right thing. And it just won't happen. Nobody's going to give us anything. President Douglas said that. He said, power concedes to nothing but the demand is placed upon it. So, okay, I done talked to you. And everybody that been in the streets or close to the streets or know somebody in the streets or whatnot, so, somebody don't deliver, that's a conversation. Right. And the problem is with St. Louis, and I said this to somebody else, and I'm not advocating for violence or anything, there's no consequences. So if you don't have a consequence, you married, and you think that you can come into the house and I hear your woman's voice and she get on your head, you're going to keep coming into the house all times of night. You know what I'm saying? So there's no consequences that we impose upon people. We don't have a litmus test. Every community has a litmus test. If you do this to the Jewish community, you say anything, they come into your head. You say anything related to LGBTQIA and it's out of order, and they think it's out of order, they come up for your head. Black community and the black folk is the only people you can trample on, say anything you want, insult us, and ain't nothing gonna happen. Because they don't fear us. They don't respect us.
Come on.
They don't. We ain't got no, they ain't got no respect.
They don't care.
You couldn't do this. You talking about Chicago. I know Chicago. I know my man, the Chicago. But you ain't finna do that in Chicago. You're not finna do it in New York. They did a study back in '97, and it was reported in the Post-Dispatch, and they said that St. Louis during the '60s was basically the nicest place to be. During all the protests and whatnot, everybody else is burning. It's burning. St. Louis was just nice. They're really nice people. We got nice black folk. There's no consequences. People can crap on us. They can do whatever, and we don't have no litmus test. You can make us a promise. You can break a promise. Go do that in any other community. So we have to be able to demand the respect. You ask. No, you don't ask. You demand.
And I believe the reason for that is the intelligence that's at the table is not throughout the city. So you have to meet people where they are. When you meet people where they are, then you're able to teach them this form of intelligence. Not saying people are dumb, or I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the consequences is getting belt put to ass every day out here. Right? But they're not thinking about this portion of our conversation because it's not part of what their life is. They're not worried about who the alderman is, what the laws are, represented. They're not worried about those things until they get of 50 and above. when they're paying attention to CNN, paying attention to the who's on the docket, who they got to vote for.
But Cujo, that's a problem.
But
For them not to be worried
and
about
this is
that.
how you fix the problem, is to deal with the motherfucking monster.
Cujo. No, what you're missing is you just made a key point. I'm glad you said it like that. You said they're not worried about it, but they should be. Listen, what my man TV just said.
Totally.
Brandon Johnson in Chicago, they own him every day.
Is it the mayor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon. Man, they on Brandon every day. He got to sit up there and take it. All people from the south side, from the west side, from the north side, wherever, they are coming and they telling him, look, man, you are not delivering what you promised.
Yeah.
And they own them. And the city and the council people are there. Man, I go to council meetings. I can put it on my phone right now. I'm a member of the Board of Aldermen in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay? In Chicago, Illinois. Both of those. Because those are both places where I take up residency. And man, they gotta do what I asked them to do. You not just like you said, TB, you just said it. We voted these people into place. They work for us.
JB on his political.
And I get it. And I get it.
Us.
Here
But you
before we
gotta
go.
be real.
Hold on,
Hold on.
hold on.
And they gotta do
Hold
their
on,
job.
y'all, before-
Go ahead,
before-
Davey.
before-
Go ahead,
We
Davey.
got to do this real quick. Going into our second
Second
hour.
hour.
Got to give it up to our sponsors.
Yes, sir.
Papa Bubble, Jimmy, your country ass, love you to death. Second
Pop,
floor
pop, pop,
Galleria.
pop, pop.
That's my guy. He
With
know how it
10,000.
go. And this
Don't
is
lean
his
back
ad.
in that
This
chair.
is what he paid for. Country mother. No, I'm just messing. I love the death. We got Queso.
What?
Hey y'all, Shantae out fishing. You know what I'm saying? She out fishing and you know, she out fishing today. She wasn't able to come to the show, but it's all good. It's all
good,
love. Then we got Dave L. Moore, where like-mindedness is a superpower. That's my guy. We actually had a meeting with Dave earlier today, man. Dave really wanted to be a part of the Hustle Different podcast.
I love
He's
Dave.
really, man, Dave's the guy.
I love Dave.
He
I was
is,
talking to my pops about him today.
Yeah, he is bringing a lot of good energy, good vibe, and
Mentality.
some mentality and a great from it. Like you say, like-mindedness. He said, I love his. I just say this real quick. I love it. He said, in the armed forces, we ain't all the same color, we ain't all the same size, but we got the same
Mentality.
And I think that's the best analogy that you can use. The armed forces. He
That's
said,
why I
look,
be saying the shit I
you know
say,
what I'm
man. With my military background, like,
Yeah.
I know for a fact, bro. Like,
we back, y'all. We back. Come on. So I'm gonna start the second half off with the way the world is today. Why win? You know, I'm asking you that. What's the purpose of winning when you get participation trophies? When you get, you know, accolades for just being there? Why win?
Yeah.
What makes winning a thing anymore?
Yeah. Well, in this first you got to define what is a win. You know.
Yeah,
You got to define
Come on,
what is
that's
a win, and we're in a society that you know, you have to incentivize some things. It's just like with your child. You know what I mean? What is the incentive for them reaching their potential or doing something that you want them to be able to do? So I think that we've weakened the society. And I go back to our men and whatnot, you know, in terms of the expectation. You know, so there has to be we've lost that instinct to hunt, right? There was this thing about hunting, about going out there, and conquering. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wish we had more of that, so we can start trying to conquer our neighborhoods, right? So, I think that we watered down. I think that we made things so easy, like you say, you know, participation points.
Trophies and
You know,
everybody gets a trophy.
everybody gets
y'all
a
lost
trophy.
by 40 points.
Now, I
but
could-
I'm gonna give y'all a trophy anyway.
Yeah, you know,
Ah,
and
come on.
it's lessons in it if you don't get this particular first or second or third place, you know what I mean, and give them something to
But
be able
that's
to
the incentive.
That's
to
the-
say I'm number one. That used to be a thing.
competitive. But we lost.
used to
Everybody
be a
else is
thing.
competitive. Everybody else, every community is competitive, right? Because this is the world that we're in. We're in a global environment, right? And in every place, the black man, the black woman, in terms of where they sit on that scale, is low. Because people are competitive, you know. And another conversation I had. I love working with everybody, right? I love humanity. I'm a person who's a lover of humanity, but God has created us unique also. So we can come together, and we come together for everybody, every issue, but we don't necessarily, we lose our sense of self, right? So it's got to be something that I know I'm kind of getting off from the whole
No, you're
competitive
good.
thing,
You are good.
but we have to also, as a people, have a competitive nature so we can edify our community and not stand not only in our communities, but also globally, because we're suffering globally. So, yeah, we got to be more competitive, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, nah, cool. I know you probably, I'm going to let your wheels turn on that for a minute.
You got me
Jay,
still
my
puzzled.
question was why win anymore? You know, why win? But I'm going to come back to that. Okay, another question. So, in our communities, you know what I'm saying, gangs started as to protect my community. You're not going to come over here and break into Miss Jones' house that live on my street. You break on Miss Jones' house and live in some other neighborhood. But that's where
a
gangs
fucking
started
fact.
at. That's what it started as. Now, the way the gang shit has changed mentally, it means something totally different. But if you think, what if we told each community, here, if y'all can go, if we can have a violent-free X amount of days or X amount of months, I'll give your community $50,000 to better your community. Do you think the gangbangers in today's mentality will even think about that? Because they're gonna be looking at it. This is my opinion. They're gonna look at it like, well, I don't get none of that 50 grand. But it's gonna better.
Can
your
I address
community.
it, Davey? Can I
Yeah,
address?
that's what I'm saying. That's why.
Let me address it
Go ahead,
first.
go ahead.
Most gangs, they started as a gang, and I think some of them were initially vested in the neighborhood and evolved. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to any kind of gang.
Let's bring it
Really,
forward.
really,
Bring it
really,
forward.
really,
Bring it
really.
forward.
Nah,
Let's
it's
not go
crazy.
back. I'm just
Nah,
saying,
it's crazy.
if you just think about it. If you went in one community, cool. Like we went in the hood, where all you know where your shit started and stop at. You knew where your shit started. We knew where our shit started and stop at. If we went to everybody in our start and stop area and said, look,
So I'm gonna name
if we
three.
keep some shit down, they gonna give us $50,000 for the community. You
Davey.
know what I mean? For your sister and your brother and your, me and you might not benefit from this 50 grand personally. It's, maybe none of it going out of pocket. But do you think the mentality of people today, where they will even say, "I'll give it a shot to help my community," or they gonna say, "Well, fuck that, I don't give."
But David, to keep it in context, I'm gonna keep it in context. I'm gonna come right here where you at, where we at now. But to keep it in context, they were given the conservative vice laws, the Israel vice law, the tribal vice laws. And listen. The Peace Stone, Black Peace Stone, Jeff Ford, everybody that started in Chicago, St. Louis, the Crips, Bloods, whatever. It all started off there, and they were funding those gangs. The government was giving money to them gangs. And what the gangs did was they started combining. So the main 21, all right, the main 21 came together, and they was all up under the 5, and they broke it. So now what you have now is a lot of road gangs that have taken that momentum and built it into something else. It will happen the same way. And I'm glad that you said that, because I've been watching something now that I didn't know what's going on in St. Louis. I didn't know it. Hey, Cujo. And you might know, I didn't know that, man, it's these sets in St. Louis now, and these little guys is acting up. And I'm watching them die, but I didn't know that they were doing that. And Davey, and in the neighborhoods, they're doing that. So if the government infuse money into that, it's just gonna get worse.
That's my whole.
Because
that's what I was trying to get out of you. Yeah.
That's it.
I disagree with that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what we
Disagree.
do.
I want
That's
you
what
to
we do.
disagree.
That's
I
what we do.
disagree with that, and I disagree with that for this purpose. My zone is from 70 to West Florissant, Kings Highway to Union, Walnut Park, Mark Twain, Walnut Park, right? And I can only answer this question to this point based off of what I just went through in Detroit.
I was in the D. Cool job.
When you got monsters,
I like.
when you got monsters
You know I love you.
that ain't nowhere near here no more, or they ain't active no more, but they sing and they visual and they words hold impact. When you do things of this nature, of what he's just asked, if y'all can hold down the criminal activity in this neighborhood for 30 days, we could get the neighborhood a $50,000 supplement. with that $50,000 supplement, because these ain't nobody not making no money around my parts. So that $50,000 supplement gonna say, hey, Miss Johnson crib fucked up, cause I ain't grew up under I grew up under OGs. We took Miss Jackson trash out. We met Miss Jackson at the bus stop every day.
Yeah.
So walk her home every day. We had that, right? Even in Chicago, my cousin is a big time 60-30 artesian, super duper gangster.
I think you
and
really
he can
related
still
to
walk
King
them
Day.
streets and make motherfuckers shut up.
You look
So
like
at the
King
end
Day.
of the day,
You remind me of King Day.
what he asks, yes, it will make a big difference. Simply because the mind ain't gonna be on what's going in my pocket. It's gonna be making sure Miss Jackson toilet still work the right way. Her basement ain't flooding no more.
It's
If you talking about
We
for
can
you,
make-
But-
we talking about the generation now.
And I agree. And I'm
And ain't no
still,
G because
do
they
you
locked
think-
them all up.
do
and I'm
you-
still
shit.
saying the same thing
You
I'm
think
saying.
they would rock it out the
I
right
think
way?
they would rock it out
Okay,
simply
okay,
because
okay.
we talking about
Oh,
men
the
of
G's
purpose,
locked up, yo.
action, and presence.
Yeah.
They had purpose when they was active.
There you go.
They have purpose now that they're not active, and they have presence even though they're not active. So therefore, you can go and talk to them little guys because when they hear the name, KD, Cujo, Spider, Hawk, Peso, these guys, they done made this city ring out, and they coming back trying to fix it. We gotta rock with what they talking about.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly because
Go ahead.
Let's get the church back together in the neighborhood.
Those who have ran the streets have, I guess, so-called broken, are the ones who can best fix it. So when we talk about being in office, right? I'm just talking about from the mind of an elected official who's thinking of, for the community. Did I go seek the person who had a degree in criminology? And I wasn't seeking it. I want that cat who was in the streets.
Yeah, you can
Because
come
I
to the block, say,
understand.
there you go.
I understand. Before I got into my trouble, right? This was the conversation because I was there and I knew people in the streets, but I wasn't necessarily in the streets like that, right? And so I'll engage them. They say, "Yeah, Mr. Elamine, but," and the but was they didn't see me as having that experience, right? So as an elected official, that's who I was looking for. Because I knew you was going to change. They're not going to go look for that. They're not listening to that guy in that suit. I'm sorry. I don't care how well intentioned that person is. So, and I've seen it. The thing is, I've seen it now where you've had some of these guys, the Dennis Haymans and people like that who come out.
Great guy.
And
My
so
friend don't follow.
those are the people who can have an impact. But now we're dealing with even younger people, right? Who ain't got code, who the name maybe Dennis Hammond don't ring, but maybe Cujo's ring because he's closer to that, So I think you have to engage people from the street. You have to look for the solutions from people that's in the neighborhoods because that's where it comes.
But
Our
these
greatest
politicians,
leaders
But
are-
TB, watch this.
but these
Watch this,
politicians
TB.
not looking for that.
Watch this, TB. Watch
That's
this,
why
TB.
we still got the problems.
Watch
They
this.
go to the wrong place.
They ain't
Politicians
looking
ain't
for
gonna
that.
solve it. Watch this, TB. So yes, that works. If you get in contact with one side and you say, okay, man, let's stop doing this over here. Y'all stop doing this, and then everything could be okay.
Yeah.
And they change, they reform their life. Cause I've been in this situation before. And then they doing the difference. But what if the other side don't want to stop? See, that's why in Chicago, that's what the big problem is. They changing their lives, but the mentality is still following them. Listen, man, and Tone, like we talking about, I'm gonna say it. Vaughn didn't get killed in Chicago; he got killed in Atlanta. You know what? Because his reputation preceded him of what he do. So they wanted to stop. But the other side didn't want to stop. And if you, especially if lives have been taken, when people start dying, listen, man. When people start dying, people don't take that lightly like that. You can't just tell them to
Kill my
stop.
son
So
and
it might be
stop.
it might be a dad. It might be a dad that got killed, and his son grow up, and now he know the person that killed this, and they know what he look like, and so it might be the whole hood might be changed, okay? But then when his son grew up, now he 20, and the dude might have went to prison.
He wanted.
And he come back
On his
home
lick
like,
back.
man, you killed my
On
dad.
his
Saying
lick
that.
back.
He spoke on that earlier, so
Come
I'm gonna
on,
go ahead.
man.
Let me say this. Let me
So
say
wait,
this.
go
Let me say.
ahead,
Let me say. Let me
go
say
ahead,
this,
go
bro.
ahead.
Stop. When you start the
Let me
game,
say this, bro.
you can't stop.
Let me say this. I just sat in front of the man that killed my
That's what
brother,
you just
bro.
talking about.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I just sat in front of the man that killed my brother.
You can
So,
do that.
wait.
Go ahead, do it.
So the streets say, right? But at the end of the day, when it come to the youth and those that's behind us, they don't even know what the fuck they finna get into. All the monsters is they football coach.
Cujo, you more
No,
different.
hear me.
Cujo, you went to the
Hear me.
military and seen
Hear-
everything.
It don't
Cujo,
matter. That don't matter because
You
I'm still who I am.
You still different.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I'm still at Midtown every fucking weekend.
Okay.
Where all the monsters at.
Did I see
So,
you down
so
there?
with that being said,
I saw you down there.
let me say this. In this city, I can't speak for Chicago. I can speak for mine.
You speak
so
for the
in
rap.
this city,
Been out there a lot.
in this city right here, right? All the monsters, the money makers, the shakers. If you in jail, you gonna be a shot caller. They football coaches, basketball coaches. They supporting these kids' mamas. Maybe because they fucking them, maybe because they not. Whatever it is, that's who they see, and they see what they see. The same way I saw when I was a baby, watching a nigga ride through in a short dog Cadillac with the candy paint with the flakes on it and the leather top and some Dayton's on that motherfucker. The difference is, we got contact to these kids.
Right.
So when you got contact to these
Cujo,
kids,
you got a
hear me,
different
nigga,
mindset.
hear me. Let me finish. Don't cut me
Nah,
off.
we talking about
Let me
you.
finish. You steady cutting me.
Bruh.
Don't.
About you. I
Listen,
didn't
bro,
cut you. I
because
just
this
let
shit
you
means
go.
something to me.
I let you go.
No, you ain't. You steady trying to
I
stop
let you
me.
go.
Calm down.
I just let you go.
This is what I'm
I
saying.
just let you go.
This is
Cujo,
what I'm saying.
you
This
talking
is what
about
I'm
your
saying.
personal experience.
It ain't
I'm talking
my
about the
personal experience.
overall.
It's what I live every
you
day, bro.
is.
You gotta be a monster to be around monsters. So
I
we
do
monsters
I
because
do
we
dental
around
surgery
monsters.
every day.
Okay.
And just like that, when I leave work,
Go, man. I love you.
I go to Walls Park and I watch kids practice. And they walk up to me and be like, "You a doctor?" And then they mama or they daddy come and be like, "Damn, is you Cujo?" Like, yeah, damn. That's what's up. I appreciate you talking to my child like that. I really love that you even showed up. Right?
Yeah, because you got respect.
Because I give you a different view. So if I give you a different
Cujo,
view,
you got
if
respect.
I give you a different view of what this shit is, and then you see me like I am today, and you see the same person.
You still the same
And
person,
and
Cujo.
I got the same heart.
Just 'cause you
And I
got a
the-
V-neck white
and I got
t-shirt
the same
on.
motherfucking demon in me at the
Ain't
same
never
time.
changed,
It-
blood.
Bruh.
But you want me to tell you what matter though?
What?
That you're there. That you have a word of some type of positivity. No, bro. Because you don't. Because you gotta have a full understanding. These kids, they cousin got killed yesterday. His auntie ran in the house because she shot her boyfriend the day before, and his mama trying to hide out. All that shit come into play, but they can have a conversation with somebody that they relevant to, and then a person like me can then go and say, "Hey, Mr. Representative, this is what is going on, and if you can, take your suit off, put a t-shirt and some jeans on, come down here with me and get invested in it." So now you can have an understanding of what the fuck your job is, what you see and don't see. That's where the public officials will come in at. Until then, hierarchy, laws,
They got
all
the
of those
curve.
things of our intelligence
They
will
got
not
the
have a play
curve.
on no corner or no block or no grassland or playground.
But that's who just
They got the
arrived at.
care enough to
We
come
arrived
down and put on a t-shirt
arrived at the
and some
same
blue
place,
jeans
though.
and come down into
Y'all
the
have to
hood.
understand, man, a lot of times, 99
I
point-
apologize for getting emotional.
Nah, 99
Nah,
points.
listen, get emotional.
Man,
What's
this
what's
is
wrong with
this
this? Hey,
is
Cujo.
my fault. This
Hey,
is what
Cujo.
we do.
You told what you told.
This
That's
is
that.
what
I
we do.
respect
I'ma always
it. I
stand on that.
respect
That's what I
it.
wanted.
You got a heart.
Emotion is what everybody
You got a
going
heart.
through.
Emotion
If
make you cry sometimes.
If you come outside, if you post a video and just use what he said, just say, Jay, you post a video of you crying. That's gonna fuck people up because of who you are.
Yeah.
Now Jay might post a picture of himself crying. That's gonna fuck him up, fuck people up because they know who he is.
Post a
But-
picture of me eating food. Period.
You know,
I
that's
don't
gonna
eat
fuck
in
people
public
up. You know what I'm saying? It's
ever.
like,
It
but you
fucked
post
them
a
up.
picture of me crying.
It fucked them up.
They're gonna sympathize with me. Cujo, they're gonna expect you not to be crying.
Right.
They're gonna expect for you not to be crying. When I cry, they're gonna sympathize with me and say, damn, because we know who you are. My whole point of that is your impact. That's like if you go in the hood, if me and you go in the hood, Cujo, and we try to talk to the youth, your bravado and your approach is probably going to get more attention than my subtle, cool, laid back.
Cujo Goon
You see what I'm saying? Because
Cujo
now
Goon Squad.
I can be the cool uncle. You see what I'm saying?
They
The
gonna
cool uncle
appreciate
don't
that.
really hold no weight.
Until you build the relationship.
You see what I'm saying? The cool uncle. Then you realize, damn, I can go cry the cool uncle. When me and uncle jump on my back.
If I say I
You see
got
what
my
I mean? But
cousin,
if it's no me and
if I
uncle,
say I got Cujo coming with me,
and they're
man,
not
that shit is
respecting
going
your
to
approach, how are they going to take it in the substance? You know what I mean? That's like me giving you. That's like me coming and giving you some dental advice. That's like me coming and giving you some advice how to run your paper. You see what I'm saying? And I don't have any knowledge or experience, or I may have, but it's my approach to where you even feel like I could know more than you. But my approach will just differentiate how you listen to
Well,
me.
you give credibility, and if you find an elected official that's doing a program or having a conversation and he ain't got brothers like you at the table, then they're not really serious because they're seeking that. I just sat here and just listened to you and just like, all I can say is like, yeah. So as an elected official, it would be, that's why I need the kid. So that's where the power is at. Until those type of voices like yours are heard with that level of passion, because we can't connect. Now, like I said, in time, I can connect. I'm not afraid of those in the streets I'm from. 16. But your experience is way different. 16. You don't connect with them. So you the person I go get and say, man, listen, I'm going to go over to this neighborhood. Let's go over here. You know, so my job is to sit in there because only so many people can sit in that seat of a representative. Your job is to reach those people and then tell me what to do. And I'm just, all right, you need this? So my job is to go work to give you the resources you need to help reach my people and make my job easier. Yes, because when it comes down to it, they're going to say, you know, Representative, what did you do? Well, the crime is down this day, but I ain't done nothing but go get Cujo to keep the crime down because he reach the people. You know what I'm saying?
See, Milk Dud, you got to get with the program.
You got the power, and at the same time, now we engage in the process. Right, but we engage in the process from a position of strength. We're not engaged in the process like, I want my elected officials just because you help me out.
Right.
No, I got the power. You want the street? You want the vote? Like I said, you ain't coming from where you from. You ain't coming on Walmart, Aldine, Copeland, Walnut Park, Penrose. You know, you ain't coming over there without talking to brothers.
So we need to start a project called Milk Dud on the ride.
He been trying to get this Milk Dud out for hours.
Last 3 weeks, I went there. He talking about Milk Dud.
No, I do appreciate it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But that's what we need to do is start a project.
I saw it.
Hey, but for real, Milk Dud on demand. You know what I'm saying? And damn me, you get back with the politician.
Here, another question.
I'm silly as
So,
mother.
if we had community events, like remember we used to play football against different streets.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That was our fight. Without fighting.
It has to grow to that.
You see what I'm saying? No,
Right.
I get it.
We trying to kill
okay,
people.
the next question
on
was
the next
question
Rose
was
Park.
you was getting that off though. Because Cujo, me and you ain't like each other and we ain't fight.
We playing
I'm
ball.
checking you though. Look, when you line up, I'm
Yeah.
making sure I line up
I
right
got
in
you,
front of
yeah.
you. And that's how we gonna fight.
We gonna end this motherfucker with all
Come
love,
on, and then I'm gonna
handshakes
see
and
you at the
drinks.
store. Look, then I'm gonna see you at the store. We gonna be good.
Yeah.
I have
got
a barbecue
that out.
outside after the game.
Yeah,
so
what
we
you
can
talking
just, you know what I mean?
about?
I mean,
What
where
you
I come
talking
from,
about?
that's what we did at Penrose Park,
That's-
across the street from Matthew
that's-
Dickey.
Yeah.
When we was
And
at
that's
Wall
the
Park.
difference.
Yeah, I know.
That's the
I played
difference.
in y'all
If you
game.
could bring a neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? It used to be a time where you could gather the best athletes out your neighborhood, and y'all could sit on this side of the gym, and we could sit on this side of the gym, and let our people go at it. And then after the show was over, it was you knew how to take a loss.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
People don't know how to take a loss now.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh, yeah.
We took a loss, and it was a loss. Like, hey, I get to play tomorrow. I see you tomorrow.
And what's really going on where they can really express themselves and their frustrations. But that's how policy is made. It's made by, you know, just saying here, I have an idea. You see all these cardinal little mini ballparks like the Wolves and stuff like that. Nothing's happening. You got an idea. You bring it to the elected official. Say, this is what I need you to do. I want you to look at this. What resources are there to allow me to help you do your job? Like Jerry Maguire saying, what they say, help me.
Help you.
Help you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
So that's how you got to come to an elected official, a public official, you know what I mean? Because they really need the help. We really need the help. You know what I'm saying? So.
And see, you have to understand the people who don't understand that side of it. We just think y'all going there, y'all know what's happening.
Don't know what's happening.
No, I'm just saying though, but that's where we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, I lived in Jennings, and I used to not organize stuff, but when I lived in Jennings, like if I walk past your house and there's some paper down, I used to pick it up. We had a little short street. Everybody's lawns was open, so you could see. I could see a paper cup on your lawn. You live 5 houses up. That's how. Just so we would help clean up. We would help do this. We pull people trash cans out. We would put them back for the older people. Pull their trash cans out on Tuesday when they come pick it up.
Still
put
do
it
it
back
today.
on Wednesday. I do it too for my neighbor across the
Still
street.
do
You know
it
what I'm
today.
saying? And what happens is, I start doing that little stuff, and my neighbor came to me one day and she said, Dave, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know nothing about you, but just how you carry yourself. You're a nice guy. I see how you treat your family. I see your friends. Y'all are very respectful when y'all out here. This and this. And they say you should try to run for like one of these local offices.
What neighbor?
When I lived in Jennings, and she was like, and she said that, and I was like, you know me. I'm like, And she was like, you have to understand it. This lady that been in this office, been in this seat for over 30 years, cause won't nobody. He's like, not she, cause she's doing a great job. Ain't nobody running against her. So she has to automatically get the seat. And she's horrible. She was like pointing down the street like, them trash cans been this, and this.
But you know the crazy part about that?
I was like, my wife was even like, damn. And then, real quick, I'm going to be throwing my. And then, like, I went to start going to church. Pastors was like, man, you'll make a great deacon. But me looking at myself and me knowing who I am, it's really hard for me to internalize, see myself in those positions because I haven't forgiven myself. And a lot of black men, that's my quote. That's where I was getting.
You said what I was
saying. A lot
finna
of
say.
black men never forget themselves, so you keep yourself at this second place. You keep yourself in second place because you feel like you don't deserve first place because of who you
I
used
always
to be.
forgive myself when I
You know
do
what I'm
something
saying?
bad.
But no, it's a
I
difference.
forgive myself immediately.
I forgive
now.
myself, but
I'm
then
just-
I can't forget it. It's
Oh,
just
just
like
a
a
joke,
person
David.
outside of me. You get what I'm saying? Jay? It's like third person.
And I
I
feel
can
like
forgive myself, but that person in the mirror, I still feel like
Right.
he looking at me
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
no, you ain't out of that.
But see, you
Right.
know,
And I try to keep
and it's
validating
it's a
getting
lot
out
of
of that,
us.
you know what I'm
It's a
saying?
lot of us that come from the format of neighborhood that I come from, who would love to be in the place that you in,
Yep.
but they
I feel like they can't.
they may not be doing nothing, but living life, taking care of their family, and they like fully, but they cannot allow themselves to lose that credibility by stepping into that realm because it's seen as such a negative content. So for you to be a chair and to say what you just said, that's gonna make a big difference. It didn't matter what I said, but when you said what you just said, that's gonna allow the monsters to ring your line,
Yeah.
search your Facebook, so on and so forth, because this is what we don't see. Now, me and a crew of my monsters,
Right.
we did the Walk of Peace that they did in 2000.
I remember, yeah.
From Martin Luther King
I was
and
a part of
Page
the-
all the way down to Sumner High
The
School.
10, yeah, the 10,
Right?
Yep, I was there.
So
That
I was
Dope
part of that
Family
too.
Life sponsor.
Me and all my monsters was security, and we was crushed when we got to the end. When you sent out a moving tub to request paper, because that's not what we signed up for.
Right.
That was the first time I ever seen a Muslim and a Christian walk together.
Look, yeah, I know he was
The
there.
best day of my life. The best days of my life. Crushed it. Destroyed all confidence. That's why there is none anymore. That's why the Fourth Ward Alderman is not who he is anymore. Because of that moment. So when we talk about what we talking about, you have to be heartless in this process because everybody you trying to fuck with is heartless.
Yep.
Nah, not really though, Cujo.
Not
Man,
everybody.
you don't live
your
here.
experience.
You're not from here.
That's
you don't
your
know what this shit
experience.
is like. So please
I
don't
was
say
in
what
the-
you just said.
Cujo,
I'm
I was in the
I'm not
march.
trying to be against you, bro.
I was
but
in the
I'm
march.
I was in the march too.
Okay, I was in the march with James
So did you
Clark
ever pay attention?
and Earl Bush.
Yeah, I was.
And,
I
and
was-
Anthony Bonner was right next
and
to
we
me.
start. And you ever
And
heard?
I started right at
and
the
we started-
Sears
and we
building,
started-
at the Sears building, on the lot, all the way walked through the community. I was there, blood.
And
Come
my
on,
experiences
man.
may
I
be
was
such,
there.
but your experiences,
I
and
participated.
I don't want to invalidate, because your experiences are your experiences, and what you've seen is what you've seen, and what you experience is what you experience. And I won't tell a man what he experienced, because that's your experience, and there's a lot of truth in that. I just want to say, man, let your, as you say, because that's what the terminology you use, let your monsters know, y'all got the power, man. I'm telling you. And if you carry yourself like that, man, it's just like you walk into a room.
I carry myself as a gentleman at all times.
Like a gentleman, and I'm going to go back to my brother, Andy Shaheed. He would come into the rooms, and I would joke with people. He can walk into a room, and he walked into a room like he's supposed to be there.
Right. That's how you.
And you're not going to ask him to leave because he's got to be there because he's walking in like he's supposed to be there.
Hey, Dave, what did I say about?
What you can do right now, you can say, I'm going down to City Hall and I'm going to sit in on this committee here. And they ain't finna tell you to move. Right? And they're going to see your face and they're going to deal with you differently. Because now it's like this dude from the street and he is City Hall engaged, he must know something. So they're going to listen. You're going to walk right into to Jefferson City. And so you can do these things, but you don't know. And nobody really giving you the game. Or just kind of because you don't know. Like certain areas I don't know about, but if you give me the game, okay, this is how it works. Okay, I'm gonna play that position now. So I just want to leave you with that, bro. You got the power, man. Tell your people they got the power, man.
And see what I like though, people don't understand this. When Cujo, I'm gonna put my camera on Cujo, and when J. Ali, you know what I'm saying, put my camera on him, and even with Bino, y'all don't understand that. I do this for the passion. Mm-hmm. When you motherfuckers sitting there all quiet and content, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. I want to see that vein in your motherfucking neck, Cujo. Jay, I want to see that hat go up and down about 5 or 6 times.
You know why?
That's what me tell you something.
Look, when Jay get ready, look, that's the warm up.
That's why I love him, though.
And this is why
That's why I
we
love
do
him.
it.
Why you love me?
Why do I love you?
And I'm telling you
You
why
want
I
your
love
expressions.
you.
And they gonna go to each other.
This why I love
what
you,
I
bro.
love right here. Look at this. This is
why I
black
love you.
men.
Talking.
Black men.
Right.
Above all things.
Come on.
You extremely intelligent, G.
Look at this
Right.
compliment a brother, man.
And you are not afraid to stand on your motherfucking mind.
And that's
hear
for
me?
both of you motherfuckers. Look at that. See, look.
that.
Black
That's
man,
love.
black man,
That's black man. Look at that right there.
Black man,
That's power right
black
there, baby.
man.
That's power.
And when you watching, you might think we don't like each
Yeah,
other.
they love each other.
I love this guy right here, man.
He called me out. He said, "Man,
I
what was
love
you?
this
He
guy.
said, "Was you a peace stone, man?" He said, "You got your hair cut to the."
Yeah, but like that don't matter to me.
No, but see,
I love you
but listen,
Love.
how we talk amongst each other,
I'm about
we
ready to cry in
know,
this
we
motherfucker.
know. Look, we know what's up.
Cause I know if I stand and deliver, guess what? I seen Cujo places when we aren't even here, and he showed mad love.
Come
you know what
on.
I'm saying? Mad
He's
love.
supposed to.
Right. But see, no, my thing is this though. You got two people that are so alike. And how they always say the opposites attract. This is one moment and pause on the attract part. But you get what I'm saying? This is where two people who are very like-minded. The whole thing is that one of y'all reading from, I'm just going to use it as an example, no disrespect. One of y'all reading from the Quran and one of y'all reading from the Bible. It's the same story.
Yeah.
But, you're arriving at it to where, this the funny part, look, you doing this,
All of
Jay,
it's
you
the
doing this,
same.
but at the end, look, y'all both, look, 2 feet down at the same spot, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the love come in. That's where both of y'all look back, after y'all do this whole thing, y'all both look at you and go, I love you, dog. I love you, dog.
And that's
This is
what's
beautiful.
powerful
Come
when
on.
people see that. Like you can take somebody like yourselves and you could
appreciate the difference.
Appreciate
That's
the
like that
difference,
what
you
we
know
used to
what I'm
do back then. We fought, then we turn around, then we back playing.
saying? And you didn't
Come
forget
on,
about it.
forgot about
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying?
So,
I
and
mean,
that's what they need to see.
That's the same
That's what
thing.
the whole thing is different now because we didn't know you could get a gun at 18 because that wasn't pushed to us. Think about it. That law didn't change in the last 10 years. You've been able to get a gun ever since they've been enlisting kids in the military. Because how you going to give I got this from him.
Yeah.
How you going to give a child the same age a gun in the military but tell me it's wrong for him to have one to protect himself? But I never thought the mentality of an 18-year-old warranted a gun. That's just my personal opinion because I think an 18-year-old mind is not fully developed enough to handle the emotion behind that.
Man,
That's just
wrong
my
with
opinion.
But if
That's
it's
my
trained, it's totally
opinion.
different.
That's the difference between going into the armed force because that at that point you're prepared. You know what I'm saying? The
Hey,
first
look,
time I
watch
made
this.
French fries, my mama didn't just tell me to go pour the grease in the stove
Hey,
and throw the
watch this.
fries in.
Watch
She
this.
walked me through the process.
Right.
You gotta let it warm up. Don't just drop them in there because they frozen. You gotta load them up. So I was prepared. Now to a person that never been there, you say, here, you got cooking oil, you got a fryer, and here go the French fries. Make me some fries.
Yeah.
He gonna blow the house up. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. It's like today, fighting is out the window. Because if I whoop you, you're going to come back and shoot me. Fighting's out the window. So quit talking about fighting. Quit talking about fighting.
Hey,
Craziest
watch
part
it.
about what we talking about
Come on.
is if we can align these two different things up together, right? We can bring that shit back.
Yes.
And not
But
only,
we gotta
not
have
only,
more people.
Not only can we bring it back, but we can also bring it back to what the world believes in now as profit, i.e. bad,
We need to go
to make,
back.
to make it make sense.
Social media need to go back to showing this type of shit.
But
That's
that
what it
don't
That's
get
where
the
we
views.
come in at, Ben.
That don't get
Social
the
media.
views.
Hey, you know what? You know what? My homie said. My homie from Detroit. Check this out. He's from the rack, but he's from Detroit. He said he drank the liquor up, and we had a full fight. We gave each other black eyes, but we cool, right?
Yeah.
And when it was some whole nother thing, but what he said was like,
That's
we
it.
had a full fight. We
fight,
gave each
but
other
like that,
black
but we
eyes,
cool,
man.
right?
We
And
cool.
that's how it goes.
We
No.
finna make a
We
TikTok.
killed each
Now,
other.
look, I heard a dude say, look, dude owed this dude some money.
Dave always do the music. That's why I
No,
put
he
that
said,
down.
dude owed this
RMC
dude
Mike
some money and
uh,
they was friends. He said, dawg, you got my money. He said, man, I don't got your money. I'll have it next week. Week went by, he told him, hey, this is a true story. I'm going to make it. This is, I'm just going to speed it up. So next week he said, man, they work together. So you see, I'm seeing you every day, Cujo. I ain't said, look, I say something to you on Monday. I don't say nothing to you till the following Monday. I ain't tripping. I'm just like, damn, dog, you got the bread. You like, damn, dog, you know, you ain't giving me no long drawn out excuse, but you like, nah, I ain't got it. So then I call you in the middle of the week. He said, man, look, man, just come on down here, dog. You come on down here and fight me, dog. But after we fight, I don't owe you no more.
What that's called? What that's called? It's called honor.
No, it's
Yeah,
called
that's
you
what I'm
paid
saying.
for it, but
Yeah, but at the end
But
of
you
the
get what I'm
day,
saying? Though? He told him, like,
on the
I
man,
got your-
within the man act, within the man act.
Yeah, you come
That's
down here and
called
fight
honor.
me, dog. But,
So
but
at the
you
end
fight me,
of
though. That is clean.
when it boils down to it, it's about morals,
Yep.
principles.
Yep. But I think both sides of that was, you know what I'm saying? I
ain't
like
nobody
both
gotta die
sides of that
about it.
because he was like, look, hey, dog, look, I ain't got it.
Ain't nobody got to die
Now,
about
if
it.
you want to fight me, come on down here. We can fight, but I don't owe you.
Ain't nobody
I
got
don't
to
owe
die
you
about
after
it.
the
man.
fight. But see, fight is not a word. Even if we set up, look, we could set up a benefit. You know how they had the gloves up and guns down and all that. We could have all them. Guaranteed. Everybody who say, yeah, we not going to have violence, we going to let them duke it out in the
gonna
gloves.
be violence
That's
after.
finna be violence after because it's
But
not
the-
you.
Yeah, right.
But
If
because-
you whoop my
and
partner,
no
look, if you
relationships
whoop
were
my
built.
partner
Yeah.
and my partner say, man, don't worry about that shit. I'm going to say, all right.
But you still feel some kind of
Your
way.
feelings hurt.
Yeah, you still feel
don't
some
think
kind
that
of
ain't
way.
But
feeling
there's
right.
it's also
You
about
heard about
relationships being built. It's about relationships being built. And when you able to develop these relationships, Morals, values, and principles
but
also
damn,
involved.
you got to get them to be able to develop the relationship.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
But it
you
take
gotta start
men
with
like
these
us
little
to do
15.
those
Hey,
things.
these
That's the whole point of this.
14-year-old motherfuckers,
Whole
man.
point of this.
Whole
Listen,
point of this.
listen.
It take men like us to do those things, Beans.
right.
Like Beans, you just don't know how much motherfucking important person you are, bro.
I am.
That nigga ain't.
I'm talking about to those you don't even see.
Yep.
I know.
Those who use.
But you got these kids that listen to you before they listen to their mom
Yep.
and they daddy.
Yep.
Because they
Beans.
see.
For real.
Tell
I'm
us some
saying,
more,
if you,
Beans.
and then another thing too, y'all, we're not giving these kids enough credit. And I think that's where they're like, it's like a man that get accused of cheating every day and they cheated.
That's fucking great.
Shit.
You get what I'm saying?
Just
It's like a
like-
man. Just think about how much that man every day he come in the house because he had to work a little overtime, or somebody,
Right.
the guy that covered him ran a little late. You know how
change
many
mama
fight?
tire.
Or I caught a flat.
Right.
I caught a flat. I know I'm Superman and I ain't nothing supposed to happen to me, but I caught a flat today. That can't happen. You see what I'm saying? So with the youth, if you already label them, it goes back to my why win, just in a different perspective.
Yeah.
They looking at it like, well, okay, Pops, I hear you pushing it. I hear you. Hey, but you old, bro. That's the old folk talk. And that's the mentality of a lot of them. Not all of them. We talking old folk talk. Times change. And what's funny is that I can't say nothing to them because I was that guy. Telling the old heads in my hood, man, y'all talking all that old school shit. Fuck that shit. Y'all talking about y'all used to
tell
walk
them
20 miles to school and
Who
all
you
that.
tell them?
Yeah, everybody, Beans.
I guess what?
Hey, I'm like
I guess-
Wale. Where was I at?
Nah, dog, you trying to
Guess
make a
what?
joke, but I'm talking about in my
guess what?
actions. I'm talking about in
Guess
my
what?
actions,
What
man. You
OGs
trying
we
to,
was telling it?
you not listening. You
All
steady
right.
trying to make a joke, dog.
I ain't making
With
no
my
joke.
actions,
Oh,
I
your
showed
actions.
them that. If you
Oh,
would
your
listen,
actions.
you steady over there loading up
Your
your joke.
actions.
I'm
that's
talking
what
with
we
my
see.
Ain't
actions.
on them no
That's
joke.
what we see.
With my actions, I showed them I
That's
didn't
what
give a
we
fuck
see.
what they were talking about. I ain't never
Oh,
say,
what
fuck you, old bitch ass nigga.
right.
Fuck you. No, I'm saying with my action, when I turned around and walked away.
You
When they
did.
was talking to me and I kept on walking. When they was saying, hey, dog, don't go around there. And I went around there anyway. That's what I'm saying, man. We showed with our actions. You was right there with me, country ass motherfucker.
I guess
And you
what?
said that
I guess-
respect and love, man. That's what people.
Respect and
Whether
love.
it's in a gang culture or whatnot, we want respect and love. You show them some respect, you show them love, then you show them what it looks like. Because that's what they want. When you look at the game, and you guys can speak to that, because I can't profess that I was in a game, but just the basic makeup of men and women and kids, we want love. They want love. So if you're not necessarily getting it, they're not seeing it in a strong father figure or mother, whatnot. So I'm gonna go to what shows me love. That street. It may be a perverted sense of love or whatnot, but I find brotherhood. So I'm aligning myself with the brotherhood and whatnot. So, we have to be able to show them that love and that respect, and like Dave said, give them some credit also, man. But they want some leadership too. They want some leadership and they want some guidance, but it can't be just like we talking at them. That's what happens, man. We talking at people. What you should do, what you should do. No, I gotta listen, man. I gotta really be concerned. You gotta feel that I value your experiences and what you feel. And we talking at these kids.
right.
We talking at people. We got
At TB,
Yes,
at
sir.
TB, when you get on the, I'm gonna tell you this from like experiences that I've witnessed, not necessarily the viewers that I was involved in, but man, when you get on this social media, Cujo was alluding to it or whatever. Man, when you get on there, you say you gonna do A, B, and C. You gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it, cause when they come back on you and you on that plan, you gotta do it. So now, if you wasn't a killer, hey David, let me do this.
Just like say you
When
can't
you-
play boxing. They
when
don't
you-
play boxing.
When you
can't
don't
play in the
do it,
streets.
when you don't do it, now, what would they say about you? What would they say about you?
Gratitude.
Yeah, when
What would they say about you? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he weak ass.
When
Hey,
Beans was with the
TB.
Penguin gang, y'all ain't know Beans with the Penguins.
I'm gonna walk with you.
Yes, sir. Nah, I'm gonna walk with
No,
you.
no. Listen to me. You in one place and I'm in another place, but they all coincide with each other, right? I don't know what your regiment or area, whatever it is, when it comes to the political thing or connections or anything of that nature. But me understanding your person.
He was our state rep, Cujo.
Listen, man, I
He
know
was our
all
state
that.
rep. Okay.
When it comes to your person,
His side was in the interest to the
your presence,
his side was in
your
the interest
energy.
going into Waldo.
Who's?
I'm walking with
Remember
you.
that big one that was right there on the left hand side?
And I got some monsters who gonna walk with you too.
Look here, man.
Hey, look,
And
because
I'll be humble to walk with them.
one thing for sure, two things for certain is
I
Can we
think we need to
sponsor
take
a
a
walk?
trip, man.
Hey, can we
you
sponsor a walk?
Yes.
you are a rose growing amongst sunflowers.
Yeah, praise be to God, man.
Amen.
Praise be to
Amen.
God.
You get what I'm saying? And we just
I
want
see how
to
it works,
want
yeah.
to be the thorns on that motherfucker so we can fix something.
Hey, man.
Cause
Look,
don't nothing come good unless you got a little bit of pain with it. Cause
Right.
it's called work.
Right. Man, look here. I know you can make the change. I know this as a platform is not more powerful than having a mic, having a platform. And it's just like what you gonna do with it. And get bold with it. No different. The best leaders you'll find, just like the best business you'll find. Who are the best business people you find?
The ones that didn't graduate from high school.
Been in the street, right? Yeah, and, you know, those
Taking
are the
one
best
thing.
Caesar.
Learn how to be
Look,
a
Caesar,
gentleman
prime
instead of a
example.
gangster.
Yeah.
We use Caesar
Yeah.
as a prime example
So-
on the city.
so
Caesar's a prime
That's the
example.
move that I appreciate. That's the move that I can get behind. Because when you see the game, you sit back and you see how people run the game on the inside. It's just like, man, you know, and you on the inside and you seeing it. You seeing that the people you see on TV ain't really who they say they are.
Right.
But yeah, we loving them because we seeing them. And I'm seeing it behind closed doors like,
This motherfucker.
you just lied to this
Putting
brother.
on
You
the
just lied to
facade.
the sister. You know what I'm saying? You done put on the facade. So
Fourth ward.
I got every
T.I.
motivation
over there.
to align
Facade.
myself
Get your-
with real folk who wanna, cause I'm still of the community. So I'm of the community that had some experiences on the inside. You know, so no different than if I'm trying to go out in the street and whatnot. You know, I'm just saying you got to be able to guide me. But once you're on the inside,
Hold on.
you can change.
Hold on, we got 7 minutes left, and,
Oh,
and this is something that I've been meaning to get to for fucking past hour and 50 minutes.
We gonna get the other though.
God damn it. How was the transition from the political side
I was gonna say, man.
to
I was gonna
right?
say, the transition. I ain't done nothing. I always been a man. I did not transition. I'm sorry, man. What else?
The transition from the political side
never
to
transition.
this here.
Oh.
Tell us what
well,
what sparked this? What was the change? You got 7 minutes
Well,
to tell us what.
Well, it was natural. You know, of course, I was in the military. I've always liked, writing. I was actually in the military, and I went in to be a journalist. I went to journalism school. I wanted to write for Stars and Stripes. It was a natural evolution from
Most people got that with the
from
war.
politics to the media. Yeah. It was a natural
I
evolution
know
from
what
the
you're talking
politics to the paper because it's all about what? A platform.
Okay.
That's it. Whether it's the podcast, whether it's radio, whether it's TV, whether it's a newspaper, it's all about, having a platform so you can have a voice to be able to make change. But the Argus is it was established in 1912 by the Mitchell brothers. So, and just to fast forward it up to I think 2000, my father-in-law Eddie Hassan had purchased the Argus newspaper from the grandson of the great-grandson of the original owner. So, and from there I took over the paper in 2014. So I saw a lot of history in it, and I wanted to be able to just do my part in rebuilding that and just holding on to that platform. So
It's kind of where it went.
and that's just where we're, and that's where we're at, and it's all about collaboration for me right now, and working with other people like yourselves and whatnot to be able to just use our platforms to be able to get the message out. You know what I'm saying? So
And see, I remember seeing the Argus when we used to go to the gas station, we used to go to the little stores.
They
They had the little metal rack, you know what I mean? They had this, it was the Thrifty Nickel, the Argus, and it was one more paper, what was the name of that other one?
Sentinel.
Yeah, the Sentinel. Yeah, the Sentinel, yeah.
I know about media.
So,
I'm an historian.
so what a lot of people, myself, everything is going retro. So you actually holding on to this. I think this is going to be a great move for you in the near future because vinyl.
Northside Journal.
Yeah, Northside Journal. Vinyl is coming back. Everything is retro because
history
shit
repeats
not
itself.
cool. But no, I'm saying though, the internet ain't cool no more.
That's true.
I'm serious. The internet is becoming uncool. Y'all don't believe it, but that's the truth. Instagram is getting old. TikTok is getting old. Everything is getting old. Only people who are digging this are the 12 to 14, 15-year-olds now. Because us as the 50-year-olds, we use it out of necessity. You know, and a joke here and there. You know what I'm saying? You know, play around here or there. Or to talk to someone I don't actually have access to. That's what us as older people use the internet for. We're not out there, like, I can't tell you the latest TikTok. And that's not in a bad way. That's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not my thing. And the people that's around me, that's not their thing.
But guess what they think is not? They know that mug.
Right, see? So now the podcast is podcast is our newspaper. You see what I mean?
Right.
Our this is the
that's
new
a fact.
podcast.
Right.
This is what people are you know, tuning in to see. They want to see us in here arguing and fighting. They want to see us in here talking about the topics of the week. They want to see us in here talking about contributing to the nonsense. That's what I call it. To where I love for us, what we do is, our show is different. I mean, it's people on my live. I see people all up and down your live. They could be doing something else. They could be looking at some bullshit dogs eating a corn dog or some old crazy shit, but they listening to this real conversation. And that's what people want to hear. I have people call me all the time. Call my guy, my big bro. He calls me all the time. He said, man, Dave, man, y'all doing what people want to hear. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? He's like, dog, you're there.
Yeah.
Don't change nothing. I tell all my guys, don't change shit. Me and Cujo have meetings.
Yeah, we have
Me and
meetings.
Jay have meetings. You know what I'm saying?
Make
But
sure
ours
I'm
be over the
appropriate.
phone.
Right.
He come to my house. We have meetings. I only had to talk to him because this is my best friend. Me and this dude are like, we on the same thread regardless. I could call him at 2 o'clock in the morning.
They just got
and we
two
on the
right
same
hands.
thread, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up. They just got two right hands.
But we are people like the real. That's why we don't prep. He get involved. I haven't talked to this man. I told him he was coming on the show. I ain't called him in the middle of the week and say, I'm going to ask you this.
I prepped for that a little
You
bit.
know what I'm saying? He did.
I mean, I checked it out too while I was on the highway.
My whole thing is that, but that's why I sent it to y'all on Wednesday. But still, it wasn't like they were like, yeah, Tyler, big. What about the?
Yeah, I ain't say what was.
Right,
I ain't say what was.
and they were prepared because the good part is I'm lucky to be surrounded by guys that can have a conversation with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Me and this man earlier today, we went to a meeting. I would have took you, but there's some people I wouldn't have took to that meeting with me. You see what I'm saying? And that's what people want to hear. When it's organic. Organic means like fresh, non-tainted. You know, organic. Organic food don't taste as good as preserved food with preservatives to us because that's how we've been trained. We train from national food to Schnucks. To National to Kroger to we've been trained on that food. We go to Sula when the summertime about 4 or 5 times a year.
Depends on who you are.
Right. What I'm saying, but a
You
year.
fast though.
4 or 5 times a year. Now that farmers market been here how long selling fresh fruit and vegetables? For
75 years.
Come on. But you still go to Snugs. You off on Saturday. You can go to the mall, but you know what? You got to eat that food. See, that's fresh
Within
food.
that
You
week.
got to eat that food within the next 3. You get some grapes 2-3 days later, they bad.
Yeah, because they fresh.
Now, you mean to tell me I can get some grapes that I can go to Snooks every day because I work across the street from it. I can go to Snooks and them same grapes been out there for 4 days. And I know it for a fact. How is that? But if we're not trained, if we don't know that it's this food available. My whole point is that, like the youth, we talking about all these kids, if they don't know these avenues are available, man, they don't care, man. They not going to go look for it because the youth is lazy. Come on, Bino.
How the fuck are they charging us for food that God put here for us for free?
Because you gotta grow it. They growing it. They
But-
charge you for them growing it.
With what you just with what you just said, when it comes to the youth, and it's just a little bit of food for y'all to ingest, it's not about love no more. It's about loyalty. An 8-year-old will tell you, are you loyal or are you not? Because loyalty cannot get to love.
Boy, we got 1
But you
minute.
can't be loyal without respect.
Right.
All right.
I.e. relationship.
We need to buy some land and just grow grapes
Hey,
and all
y'all,
kind of shit.
we gonna wrap it up.
Everybody
It's been a great one.
go
Great
get it.
conversation when you don't realize how much the time went by. Tell up there, I mean, the
appreciate
building,
you.
my guy, our family, our friend, our guy, and he's coming back. He has an open chair. You can come in, brother, and sit right here and hang out with us while somebody else is in that chair. And we appreciate you coming by. Cujo loved it. I know Jay Ali loved it. We're going to have our photo session. We are Out Hustle Different Podcast. We love y'all.